Tell me, is it whack up in the air? Rapping scattered off the gear. I can map him, yeah, yeah. It's like a tracker, get distracted, send him back like in the mail. Not a fraction of them real. Catch him lacking, run the drill. Running through the shit like a motherfucking dage.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. On this episode, we got Tom here. You can check out his channel to see what he's up to. He's got this B-Stars R34 you would have seen on the channel before. And today, we're working on the R32 with the Rb20 that needs to go back into it. Well, Tom's working on it. I just got home. What's up?
Yeah, putting the motor back in today.
Yeah.
After a long time of having it sitting here and just trying to get it all in as one piece, ideally.
Yeah. So it
saves a bit of time.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. We got this to work out what's going on with.
That's our biggest problem with this whole car. Everything else makes sense apart from this. So someone's done a battery relocation before and done a really dodgy job. So this is like some household kind of crap.
No, there's dodgy and then there's that.
So dodgy.
That's a live terminal, like.
So this is, you've got one from the fuse box, so your live feed, and then another one from the motor. So I'm assuming both of those go to there, otherwise why else would you have it?
Yeah.
And then obviously that's live, so if that taps on the chassis or taps on the motor, boom, there goes your ECU, boom, there goes a fire in your engine bay. So.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
No,
but
so
I think that's like pretty much our only concern. Everything else is pretty much like plug and play.
That is the only concern. So I've pulled out all the high cast gear.
Yep.
And we do need to block that power steering pump before I forget about that.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
And then this is the old return, so that's all blocked off.
Yeah.
Could probably shorten that, but for now it works. Can shorten that later.
Sweet.
Probably put a zip tie or something on that one, but there's no pressure on the return, so it should be all good.
Cool. So basically we're just tidying it up a bit, trying to do as much as possible before we put the engine in so that it's easier, basically. Yeah,
well, we're at a stage now where we can put everything back in, and that's why I've got it to this stage, because pulling out all the high cast stuff would have been next to impossible with the motor in the car. So yeah, just taking the chance while it's out to do a good tidy up and delete what's not necessary, extra weight that's out of the car and just extra stuff that really doesn't need to be there. So pulled it all out, and it's just going back through and figuring out how things are meant to be. Like little wires like this, it's pretty much going to be, it's going to go there or there kind of thing. Yeah, just a length, whatever length it reaches. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, sweet. And then the Rb20 is just, you just put a new head gasket in, eh? Yeah, so head gasket. Just to freshen up. Oh yeah, sweet, new studs and head gasket. So that's, should be all running nice now. Have you done a compression test on there, or we'll do it at the end? No, I haven't done a compression test or anything on it. Yeah. Because it was out of the car and everything when I got it. Yeah. So cool. Done any tests. Are we gonna put the gearbox on it first? I reckon we should. Yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah, sweet. So there's two of us, so we should be able to smash this out. 2 people. We'll be done in a couple of hours. Dude, this car will be running. We'll be driving out. We'll be driving it out tonight. Yeah. Well, you can start with that and then end with whatever happens. But yeah, first up, we're gonna take this off the engine stand, whack it on a tyre, and then mount the gearbox to it, and then lift it up with the crane and chuck it straight in there. Because we've got the hoist, it makes it easy if you need to get underneath and raise it, lower it. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure when me and Jacob did the last one in the S13, we did something. I think we had the hoist up a little bit too high. But if we lower it all the way, have the I've got a leveler. We didn't have a leveler. So if you guys are pulling engines out, it's literally the best tool you could ever have is one of these levelers. And the pickup point is on this black bracket, and you can wind it so you can adjust it and you can straighten or tilt the engine. You'll see when we do it, but yeah, definitely a good tool to have. And these engine cranes you can hire on Marketplace for like 50 bucks for the day now, which is heaps convenient. So let's start getting into it. It's exciting. You excited? So excited.
Yeah.
So okay.
Alright, cool. Let's fire it up. Cool. Just got the engine off the stand. Now Tom is gonna install the gearbox with his big muscly arms.
Come to the wrong place for muscly arms.
No, these are actually super light. They call them the glass gearboxes because they're they shatter. Pretty sure this is SR gearbox is the same as the Rb20 gearbox. And what kind of clutch does he have?
It's a heavy duty,
Oh,
seedy, late disc thingy majiggy.
They'll be alright for this power level though. Be sweet. So yeah, a little tip if you're ever trying to do this exact thing. A tyre on the ground, just an old tyre, is like the perfect thing to sit engines on. It just holds, because the sump needs to sit in a hole. You could use a couple of blocks of wood, but the tyre works really well. We're just going to torque up these flywheel bolts, put the clutch in. I've got a clutch alignment tool too. Chuck that in. Yeah. And then, yeah, we'll pick the whole thing up and swing it in.
Slider on in, eh?
Slider in.
Good stuff.
Sweet. Just put a smidge of Loctite on these bolts as well. And then
It's going to spin, you're going to have to
I'm
go on
going
the
to
front.
torque to spec.
Or something. 27 actually.
Jam it in the ground. So when you're torquing these flywheel bolts, you're twisting the crank. That sounds really bad. You're turning the crank. So the other end of it, where the harmonic balancer is, you have to put something in here to support it, otherwise it will just spin. So that's what we've done there. Now big muscles on the torque wrench. It's probably the only thing that I actually torque is clutch stuff.
Yeah.
Like everything else is just dugger-duggers.
That's the last thing I want flying off.
Yeah, 100%. Have you seen photos of that before? I've seen a drag car and the clutch came up through the freaking floor, out the roof.
There's another one on a dyno. Came out the side of the car and killed someone.
Really? Far out. So yeah, you want to get this right.
Definitely torque them. Take the extra 5-10 minutes it takes to torque shit.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want coming back.
Like
to your car.
it's pretty unlikely for it to happen, but if it
It's
does.
very unlikely. Really, if you put Loctite on there and you tighten them with a rattle gun,
Yeah, you should be sweet.
they shouldn't back out.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Especially
point of
if you
Loctite.
got one of these big ass Makita rattle guns.
Means that's a sponsorship.
Yeah. Mate, I've already got all their tools. What have you got again? Milwaukee?
Hey, man.
Wait, that's like someone else that used to come here. That's bloody Jacob's brand.
It's good stuff.
I used to give him so much shit. Nah, it is pretty good. Especially this little one. That thing's sick.
That's a gangster little tool.
Yeah.
It's a grunt and it's so small so you can fit it pretty much everywhere.
You can just throw it around. Alright, how's the clutch looking?
It's good enough.
Good enough.
Good enough for this application.
Yeah. Sweet. Some pretty serious tape on there.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's not going anywhere.
Alright, so we're just going to bolt the clutch on, get the gearbox on in the car.
Oh, that's a bit of feeling. I love that.
Music keeps me singing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing.
So this leveler, you can see it in full action here. Basically we had the max angle and then had it all the way in, and then you level it out and drop it at the same time until it goes in.
Good piece of kit.
It's like the best tool I've ever bought, I swear. Because normally doing this, you got someone under the car hanging onto the gearbox, like angling it from there, and it's shit. especially when you're the one under the car.
Yeah, it's even worse, isn't it?
So I just took a little bit of jimmying, and then just to get it in the exact spot, you want to line up the engine mounts and be careful not to drop it on to all the power steering lines and the power steering sensor plug that's there in a shit spot. But when you're doing this, it's like things go where they need to go, and then if it doesn't quite fit, just pull it out and readjust, eh? Make it fit. Nah, well, we knew it came out of here, so it had to go back in.
Exactly right. It's come out, it's got to go back in.
That's it. So Tom's going to squizzle under there. I don't even know what a squizzle is. He's going to jump under there and mount the gearbox. Put the gearbox mount on, and then we can raise it up and have a play.
You just want to go up a little bit of the voice.
Yeah. Alright, so the engine is in, and Tom had to shoot off. He's got some other things to do, the servo. But if you want to see like a more in-depth like breakdown of this whole engine install, then yeah, make sure you go check out his channel, because I just did a quick brief. I was just giving a quick hand. When you're putting in an engine into a car, with two people, it's a lot easier. One person sucks. Two people, you can have one on each side and you can just jimmy it in. It's not that bad, especially with the right equipment. Dad used to use seat belts instead of the leveler, just a couple of seat belts hanging off it, and they're like super strong, but the leveler does make it easier. If you do the seat belts in the right way though, it is pretty much the same. So you don't need the leveler, it does just make it that much easier. The handle did break on it though, which sucks, but it was pretty average, so probably just weld something on there, like a bit of steel, instead of a little knob. But yeah, I really like this 32. It's freaking sick. Pretty keen to get it all done and go for a little test drive if I'm allowed to. That'll be nice. But yeah, that's pretty much a wrap on this one. Hopefully the next episode is the morning session from yesterday. That's going to take a long time to edit, so I've got time from now until Monday to get that sorted, which should be heaps of time. It is like 2 hours and 50 minutes of footage, which is just crazy. So yeah, going to edit that. Also got some stuff coming up this weekend, some more stuff, so there's always more car stuff on the channel, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. On to another year of YouTube. See where we're at the end of this year. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't done already.